and we are glad that you can join us again this evening in that one-on-one with our Haitian entrepreneurs here in the city of Columbus, Ohio. We are so happy and so glad that you can join us this evening. And today we have a very special guest, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy this discussion, and you're going to learn so much in this. Again, we welcome you for joining us on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. And you can also chat with us and ask your questions. And our special guests today will be able to give you tips and answer some of our questions today. Without any further ado, I'd like to welcome our special guest, Frantz Gonzalve, one of our entrepreneurs here in the Columbus, Ohio area. Frantz, welcome to our live. How are you today?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Again, we are very happy to have you. And we are live and we have people waiting. I mean, people have been waiting to hear from you because they know you have so much information to share with this community.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
Yes. So I know you're a busy man, so we won't be taking too much of your time. Why don't you tell us who is Frantz Gonzalve? Dis-nous qui est Frantz Gonzalve?
Bon, in a nutshell, moi, suis haïtien, qui fait Haïti, live in Haïti. So, moi move aux États-Unis à l'âge de 17 ans. Je connais New York, j'ai fait 10 ans à New York, c'est là que j'ai fait high school, le collège. So, moi-même, depuis que j'ai fait l'école Haïti, c'est toujours des besoins de docteur. Mais moi élevé sur maman, c'est toujours un commerçant. So, moi comment on a fait business, la femme de lui, so I did business not only
It's in your blood.
So moi I'm dans le collège. After 2 years in college, I didn't come to realize that being a doctor, it's a lot of hard work and it's a lot of responsibility also. So I'm not quite doctor, that's a lot I'm gonna take it. So I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna graduate college. So I have a degree in health science, environmental health, as a concentration. So we just decided I'm gonna do business because les gars de collège, moi mon papa il voulait faire business IT. So they made the ticket squad to win. So I'm like, when they didn't even no job, I couldn't take it out because I couldn't let my parents down.
Wow.
So moi décidé de commencer à faire business IT. Acheter like ici camion, mettez stuff. I mean used goods.
Okay.
And then it's Haiti. So when I was in Haiti, I started a trucking company.
Okay.
So those trucks that we had in Haiti, we have been doing,
Traffic
in Haiti, going from Tomon, which is the town we're from.
Okay.
Going to Port-au-Prince. So at the time of the earthquake, I was in Haiti, but I traveled back to the United States. So thank God, if I was there, you never know what would happen.
Yeah.
So after the earthquake, I had a contract with the U.S. Army in Haiti. I was a contractor, getting them trucks, tractor trailer, all type of things they want. So I would be on the contract. So if I when they need, so I would provide them with trucks and stuff.
Okay.
But after that, when I realized Haiti is not, it's tough.
Yeah.
To do business in Haiti. So as soon as I realized that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sell all my trucks in Haiti and then move here and do business here instead, because I realized that doing business here would be better for me. And at the time, I was ready to create a family, to be stable. So when I came here, so I moved here to in 2012.
Wow.
From Haiti after the earthquake. So I'm like, but I had already buy my first house. I bought my first house in 09.
Okay.
First rental here in Columbus.
Okay.
So at that time, my broker, who's my mentor, so his name is Luke Gonzalve. So he's a white guy. So he, I saw what he was doing, so I copied exactly what he was doing, because the best way to do good, right, is see somebody that's doing good.
Yes, definitely.
And then you just copy what he's doing.
Definitely.
So that's what I did. So I'm like, okay, so he's buying properties, fixing them up, and rent them out. So he wasn't selling. Even now, he owned like 50 properties here in Columbus. So that's what I did. I bought my first property, fix it up, rent it out. So, and then save money, buy another one, fix it up, you know what I mean, and rent it out. And then right now I got like 8 properties in Columbus.
Oh, wow.
So, and then, I mean, at first I was an investor. So when I realized, okay, being an investor, so why not being an agent? You could get the commission, when you buy. So
Exactly.
That was what's in my head at first. But I see, like, here, the Haitian here in the United States, they have a tendency of saying that if you buy a house, the bank on the house, or the bank could take the house away.
Okay, so before we get deep into that, let me ask you this: why did you? I know you're a jack of all trades, and probably just told me you've been in everything. Mm-hmm. So, and you're a wheelchair agent. Mm-hmm. So, what makes you decide to become a wheelchair agent? Qu'est-ce qui push you pour choisir market ça au lieu de continuer the trucking business? What made you change your field from that to become a wheelchair?
Like I said, I saw my friend whose name is Luke Robinson. So he was doing it. Okay. Right. And then I see because at first I didn't know. I mean, I knew something because when I was in college, I was doing a mortgage broker. in college, so I knew how lucrative it could be. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I had a little bit of experience. Mm-hmm. I think my last year in college. So I did that. So I knew. So I think that was, that's what helped me to realize.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah. Real estate go.
Okay. So how long have you been doing real estate?
I've been an investor since 2009. So I bought my first property in 2009. So over 10 years, like 12. Okay.
And this whole time you've been here in Columbus doing that, or have you done that in New York, or just in Columbus? You started real estate here in Columbus.
I've been only in Columbus.
Okay.
I've looked at other states, trying to buy properties in Florida and New York, but here it's cheaper to buy here. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
Here.
Yeah.
You don't really need to go
So
anywhere else.
this information or everything you just said can be so overwhelming for people who just don't know too much about real estate. Can you explain your experience and the home buying process from start to finish? Est-ce qu'on peut expliquer l'expérience et qui process comment peut expliquer un process pour moun acheter caille commencement à la fin?
Yeah, I mean, un peu de monde qui a pensé sur la difficile.
Je pense que c'est difficile.
Mais vraiment, il va difficile. Je vais essayer de make sure ou mettre une situation pour le cas.
Okay.
Right? Because pour acheter caille, ils sont besoin de crédit, right? Besoin de job history, at least 2 years. If you're gonna go with FHA, you need at least 2 years at a job.
Okay.
Right? And then you gotta make sure you have your down payment. So FHA is only 2.5%. You know what I'm saying? So houses here in Ohio is pretty cheap. So you could get a house for like $100. So I got a house.
Yeah.
150, 200,000. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing I think people have problem with is the credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all you gotta do is just being responsible. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you build up your credit where, you know, even now you could get a house at minimum 600 credit score.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
They think, you know, your credit gotta be perfect. You gotta be, you know, in the 700.
Yeah.
You know, but really, you know, if you have the job, right? You have the down payment. So you have, you know, minimum of 600. You can get in a house.
So let's say I want to buy a house right now. What are the steps to buying a house in Ohio? I mean, what should I do first? Qu'est-ce que je supposé faire en premier si moi-même besoin d'acheter un caille en Ohio?
Okay, really, as a listener,
yes.
home.
Okay, as matter of fact, I have your information right on the screen. People can see it and then contact you right now.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, once you call, you know, me as an agent, right? I would screen you.
Okay.
You know, I would ask you about, you know, your credit. How good is your credit? Your job. How long you been in your job?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. How much money do you have in the bank?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? From those answers, I would know, okay, where you at.
Okay.
And here I have lenders that I've been in business with over the past 12 years. So I could, you know, link you with any lenders that fit your situation.
Okay. Now, on dit ça en créole, parce que nous on parle avec le Haïtien, nous t'as bien comprendre. Tout, alors, pas dire reprendre en anglais, non, mais on connaît pas nous, bon conseil de termes qui you know, qui connecter avec plus facile. Et moi encore, si je fais capable ton caille, je vais acheter ton caille dans Columbus, Ohio, as a first time, on caille mon capable acheter caille pour la première fois. Qui est tapio?
Bon, première étape pour nous acheter un caille. Si tout est dans le state de Ohio, c'est contacter un real estate agent. On va parler ensemble avec vous pour qu'on ait, OK, qui niveau crédit, job, et combien de temps dans le job, dans le paiement ou besoin, pour payer down sur caille, et on t'en dit, si c'est FHA, c'est seulement 3%.
OK.
L'autre cherche un cahier de 150, 200 000. So, un peu de monde qui a pensé que je ne pas. Non, I mean, dès que vous avez crédit, on a un job là, vous avez un petit problème, vous avez un faire contaction. Whatever, vous faites une contaction, vous cash.
Bah, c'est une information ça très important parce que en plus le monde qu'on a comme si yo pensé son bagage qui que yo pas fait assez quoi pour acheter caille pendant $800-900 pour maintenant. Donc on dit on capé dans 8 jours.
C'est 6 points de caille et acheter.
OK.
L'on acheter, you own a piece of the land in that country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So important. J'ai tout le monde parce que l'on gagne même en Haïti, nous tous Haïtiens nous connaissons les gens qui ont pile nous dit ça c'est vrai. Comment ça me dit ou bien plusieurs étés ou sont vrai.
Yeah.
So un peu le monde ici yo le mindset un peu le monde qui sort New York qui sort et Florida, right? So ça yo caille piché. Vous comprenez? So ici les cailles piché à déposer un plus gros.
OK.
Imaginez ça va acheter un caille $400,000.
Yeah.
Le bon valeur. Ici on cache un caille $150,000 qui presque même gros c'est avec un caille qui $400,000 New York. So et bon il est différent ici.
OK.
Ça veut dire même mindset pour New York là ou bien on sort Florida ou bien on sort côté de market là puis pas même pas aussi, non?
Deux market différents.
Deux markets différents.
OK. Il paraît que vous gagnez un pile monde qui expérience ensemble avec vous. Et nous crois que nous gagnons deux guests. Il y a monde qui fait expérience avec vous, qui voulait bailler témoignage de expérience ensemble avec vous comme un agent qui aide à réaliser rêve yo. The American Dream pour gagner un caille. Et nous crois que nous gagnons Angeline qui est ensemble avec nous, nous pouvons aller sur live là et tout le monde est capable de étendre et la partager ensemble avec nous, expérience ensemble avec vous dans le process pour t'acheter ton caille. Hello Angeline, welcome.
Hi.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I don't know if Angeline can hear.
I can hear
but
you.
we cannot get the audio.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we hear you now.
Okay.
How are
Hi,
you?
how are you guys?
Good, thank you. Thanks for coming on. We have Frantz live with us now with HACONET, and we're talking about real estate. And you're one of the people here in Columbus, Ohio, qui fait bonne expérience ensemble avec lui. Et nous pensons que la communauté a besoin d'entendre expérience qui fait yo pour que yo même yo capable tout pas perdre du temps pour que yo capable courir prendre devant. So what can you tell us about your experience in buying your house here, once being your agent?
Well, I think the whole process itself could be very overbearing, especially if that's something you have done before. It's your first time, and in the Haitian community, most of the time we don't think of buying. We just think we're gonna rent, and that's good enough. But at certain point of life, you realize that you could invest in something for long term, and the process itself could be difficult, but I think it all matters who you have like on your side to lead you, to help you with the process, to help you understand, because it's not an easy process if you haven't done it before. And if you have the right person on your side, and with Frantz being on the side, being that he had our back and he knows what we were looking for, and he has the best interest at heart. So I think the process was overall a very good outcome.
Very happy to hear that. So in a nutshell, you're telling me if nobody never like somebody like me who starting, just starting, and they want to buy a house, I can just go to Frantz and he'll guide me through it.
Yeah, I believe so. It's all about setting up the time to have the time for you when you need it, because the process could be long. You could keep looking and looking, and you won't find what you're looking for right away. So having the patience to do so, having someone to be like, hey, I think this is a good property for you, or no, I don't think it's the best property for you, we should keep looking. I think you need somebody by your side with your best interests at heart, somebody who likes what they're doing and likes to see outcome, not for some quick pay just to come in and get out and make the money he can make out of it. So I believe that by having Frantz on your side is a good decision, and it's one that you won't regret.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and Angeline, for coming on our set this afternoon. I'm going to send you in the backstage. Don't go far, because we might bring you back just in case we have more questions for you. Is that okay?
Oh, that's perfectly okay.
All right, thank you so much. Bon, Frantz, nous sommes ensemble avec vous et nous parce que il y a des gens qui ont besoin d'expérience dans l'achat ensemble avec vous. So, Angeline explique nous très bien que her experience was great, was good, and she, I guess she gives you an A+. She's one of many. So. Tell me, why should people buy a house instead of renting again? Pour que ça on peut acheter caille au lieu que louer encore.
Ok. Acheter caille, c'est un asset.
OK.
Right? Louer, ou payer au landlord. I mean, I'm a landlord myself, so.
OK.
So, ça veut dire, les gens n'ont pas quand même beaucoup bien. But, comme ça, je ne pas. Mais là, acheter, c'est un bon asset, un beau, une valeur, right? So, et tout le temps, à payer mortgage, comme le valeur est crédit quand même. So, imaginez sous un mortgage pour 15 ans, mais 30 ans. Après 30 ans, tout comme vous payez, pay down the mortgage, vous gagnez comme Kyle plus the value, the equity, et Kyle a ramassé during the life of that mortgage.
Okay.
So, et encore tout, l'eau acheté à tout à n'importe quel moment, on a besoin pour qu'à refinance Kyle, pour petit peu pour whatever.
Okay.
I do have no equity, which is a home equity line of credit.
Okay.
Right? So that is on bank c'est on the equity dans Carlin, bank your line of credit who use to do whatever you could buy another house.
Oh wow. So basically Ashton is an investment career.
Of course.
Yeah.
It is one of the best investments you could make here in this country.
Okay. Now I know we've been asking you a lot of questions, and thank you so much for answering all of them. What would you say to the Haitian people who's listening right now, and that want to buy a house but they don't know what to do? Qui soit qu'a dit avec peuple haïtien ou capteur de là qui désirait acheter un caille. On répond question ça nous se dire, but in nutshell, dis qui ça qu'on est capable faire besides contacting you, calling you right now, si vous voulez acheter un caille dans Ohio.
Okay. Premier bagage pour nous faire, c'est ranger situation.
Vous voulez parler de crédit?
Oui, crédit, travail, et l'homme du travail là, il faut qu'on gagne en 2 ans. C'est ça pour effectuer. Sous 20% pour mettre down, pour faire un conventional loan, ou ensemble là, et le travail là passe tellement mal. Mais effectuer, which is c'est un mortgage qui est backed by the government.
Okay.
So, you want plus. It's affair too. It's cheaper too.
Okay. Okay.
So pas de payer crédit.
Mais au cas guider au monde dans tout process ça yo.
Exactement.
Okay.
So ça veut dire début au monde ou vraiment parce que faut vraiment mindset là. Faut que tu comprennes que acheter à prix moment. No matter what, m'a acheté.
Okay.
Vous entendez? Début de mindset ça, really.
Okay.
Parce que moi-même ma cas et guido, même si crédit pas seulement et right, guido vers ça, me dit ok, ça is helping people. On appelle pour ranger crédit.
Okay.
Et process là usually il va seulement long process.
Okay. Okay.
So see you for the right steps.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of Sarah, we're gonna have to bring Sarah on right now. Nous crois que nous gagnons un lot guest qui gagne l'autre testimony de achat. On croit c'est Livingston. We have Livingston live. We have Livingston on there. Is that right or no?
Fabiola.
I have Livingston Gonzalve.
Levinson
Yeah.
as a testimony.
Is it? I thought we had 2. No, we have one more.
Yeah, we had 2.
Okay, then we're gonna bring Sarah on.
Yeah.
Because since process law include fixing your credit, right, and get your stuff right, and that's what Sarah does.
Yeah.
So Sarah can get your credit
Your situation right.
exactly. So with that said, let's bring Sarah on, so she can give us, in a few minutes, what does that entail? Qu'est-ce que ça s'apprend avant pour mon rentrer dans le process acheter Kailan et pour capable gagner crédit fixé. Donc, Sarah is in the house. Hello, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for open up your house to receive
You know, like the Spanish say, mi casa, su casa. That's how it is. You know, it's a privilege and an honor to open the door to my community members, my fellow Haitians. First of all, at least, you know, it's the least I could do.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate that. We have one last question for Frantz before we finish, but we want to hear from you. Since you guys kind of working together,
Yes.
so what can you tell us? What can you tell our people when it comes to fixing their credit?
Really, I mean, credit is it's a tool. It's a golden tool. I mean, the thing is that we're born with clean, like, you know what I mean? Like it's a clean slate, and then our actions turns it into something else, you know. But I mean, we all fall short. Sometimes bills are too much. Life happens.
Yes.
It's not about someone who had bad credit. It's about, okay, what are you doing now? You know, when you have the opportunity to fix it, you know, because too much excuses as to why it's not there. We need to get it there, because when your credit is fixed, you can reap the benefits that are set in place, like being able to buy a home. A lot of people are just not able to buy a home because their credit is just shot. And it's been like that for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years. I mean, there are tools in place to help you get out of that situation. So for me, you know, bringing Frantz on here to open up the eyes of the community, because I hear, you know, I hear what they want. I know what you want. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. You know, I'm a family person, and sometimes, you know, I look at my place and I'm like, my kids deserve to have a home. You know, I deserve a home. But what am I going to do?
Yeah.
You know, I got to start working and doing those things that basically getting out of your comfort zone. That's really what it is. Call those, you know, you need to call those people that can help you right now. You know what I mean? We have an excellent credit repair program that, you know, really focuses on fixing people's credit, helping people's credit score increase, and also protecting your credit, because right now there's a lot of scam and a lot of fraud going on.
True.
So, you know, taking those steps, they're all investments, like Frantz said earlier. You're investing right back into yourself, into your family. You know, obviously, you know, you pay for the service, but it comes back to you. You're not gonna meet Frantz to go and are ready to buy a home and not get a home out of it.
Yeah.
Get your steps in order. And if you don't know, and a lot of people don't know, that's what Frantz and I were talking about. A lot of people don't know that you know, they have the money, they're ready, they have $50,000 right now, and they're like, hey, I need to buy a house. But that's not enough. Your credit is tied to who you are, your reputation. They want to know, okay, how can they trust you for the next 30 years or so, right?
Yep. So, pour m'élaborer un petit cas sur ça, ça a dit. Sous bagage 150 000 dollars pour acheter la carte,
Okay. Yeah.
So ça veut dire.
So if you don't have any cash, you need your credit.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the thing is, having capital is an asset that's, it's a great asset to have, but when you have a credit line, it's even better than cash, because now you don't have to take your own money. You could use your own credit line that's attached to your Social Security card or your Social Security number that was given to you.
That's great.
And to be able to have what your friends and family members have, and you don't have to ask people to put their name on a car for you or a house for you. You are investing in yourself for the betterment of yourself, and that's what this is about. It's about getting people out of their comfort zone, using the opportunity to be able to the funds that you get, and to put them right back into yourself. Don't go taking the money and putting right back into the government. Put it into yourself. Buy your house this year. Meet with Frantz. He'll consult with you. He'll get you in the right path. And, you know,
That's great. So before, like I said, we have one last question, and I know we took so much of your time. Why don't you, Sarah, tell people how they can get in touch with you?
Oh, I'm here at Assist Services. We're located in Columbus, Ohio, 6500 Bush Boulevard, Columbus, Ohio, 43229, Suite 217. Our phone number is 614-347-1987. So,
thank you, and everybody, you can always go back on our Facebook page and YouTube and review that, and you just rewind, and you can get that information. And we promise you we will have Sarah back, and where she can explain and talk to you about all of her services. Frantz, we have one last question for you before we let you go. I know you said you not only you're a realtor, but you're also an investor.
Yeah.
Somebody who's interested in getting into that part of your business. What can you tell? What advice can you tell somebody?
So basically, tout le monde you gotta start somewhere, right? Either as an investor or as a home buyer, like for yourself, right? So n'importe monde, whatever situation il y a, si vous voulez acheter pour investir, ou carrément service là, si vous voulez acheter pour l'été, ou carrément, I'll help you out. Basically just call me. I mean, whatever situation, whatever you are, you could call me, and then I'm gonna assess your situation and see where we go from there.
Okay, we had a 1 minute of technical issues, and we're gonna have to ask Frantz the same question again, so people can hear what just because we will cut for 1 minute, and I think we have Frantz back.
Yes.
So the last question was, since you also do investment and you're an investor, somebody who wants to get into that side of your business, what advice can you give to them in just in a minute?
Real estate is one of the best business you could get into right now.
Okay.
It's lucrative. So right now, a lot of people they're not in a position to buy. So they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? So you could buy and flip it, or you could buy and rent.
Okay.
Like me, all my properties, I rent them out. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of different ways you could go with real estate.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
Whatever they want to do, just call me, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Perfect. We're coming to the end of our program for this afternoon. Again, we had with us Frantz Gonzalve, the realtor in Columbus, the Haitian realtor in Columbus, Ohio, that you need to get in touch with right now, today. If you're interested in buying a house, you don't need to wait any longer. We have our realtor in the community. Frantz Gonzalve will take care of you. And we want to thank you, Frantz, for joining us. As we close this broadcast, one last final word from you.
Yeah, I would say building wealth in this country is one of the most important things you could do for yourself or for your family. So if you want to leave something for your kids, when you pass away, real estate, that's the best way to go. You know what I'm saying? And like they say, one of the best, but me, I think it's the most important way to build assets, to live, generate wealth for a generation, right? So real estate is the way to go.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Frantz, for this very important time you just spent with us, and thank you for each one of you who joined us via Facebook and YouTube and our HACONET website. HACONET is there to connect our Haitian community with our Haitian entrepreneurs. So si que ou gen un business dans communauté ou ta me promote li, joindre ensemble avec nous, information nous dans écran, tout capable reler nous et ou capable text nous et vous capable monter sur website nous ou bien DM nous et then n'a pas contact ensemble avec vous parce que nous avons une communauté qui a soifé de service. Donc nous là pour que nous capable connecter communauté haïtienne avec businessmen, businesswomen, tout entrepreneur qui dans la communauté. Donc si que vous avez une idea, vous voulez start a business, we have Duck Assist. We have nous avons monde là qui vous aider à faire tout genre bagay ça. We thank you so much for joining us. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube and Instagram, and we will let you know very soon when our next live will be. Thank you again and have a good night.